Welcome to MediaNama. Over the last year, many e-commerce companies, including Amazon, Nykaa, Myntra, Tata Digital, and many more, have jumped on the quick commerce bandwagon. In doing so, they have joined the likes of established operators like BigBasket's BB Now, Zomato's Blinkit, Swiggy's Instamart, and Zepto. While the latter part of the lot has focused on aggressively scaling their operations, entering into tier 2, 3, and 4 cities, instead of focusing on solely tier 1 towns, obvious questions about the impact of such expansion on Kirana stores and traditional retailers are raised. Many industry bodies, including the All India Consumer Products Distributors Federation or the AICPDF and the Confederation of All India Traders or CAIT, have raised concerns about the anti competitive practices of quick commerce platforms that drive out small retailers and Kirana stores. Later, Kate also released a white paper on how quick commerce companies like Zepto, Instamart, and Blinkit violate FDI norms and fund deep discounts, and in doing so, stifle the sustainability of Kirana stores. To discuss these harms and many more perpetrated by quick commerce platforms, we have with us Mr. Praveen Khandelwal, the National Secretary General of CAIT and a BJP MP who has been vocal against the detrimental impacts of the quick commerce regime against small retailers. Recently, he also called out Zepto CEO Adit Palicha for burning foreign capital to dismantle India's small neighborhood Kirana stores while claiming to create jobs and bring in foreign investment. Mr. Khandelwal, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, all right. So, to begin with the interview, the first question I have is, what sort of advantages do quick commerce platforms have over traditional retailers, and how do they use or leverage the same?
See, basically, we need to understand, is there any real need for quick commerce companies and the quick commerce format? When you have a large number of neighborhood Kirana stores around you, wherever in street you are living, there is a Kirana store. In any colony where you are living, there are many Kirana stores and other stores, those who are catering to your requirements since a long time. So the basic fundamental question is, what is the need of quick commerce? Quick commerce can attribute it only when you need something in emergency. And as far as the daily consumables are concerned, the FMCG goods are concerned, these are not having any nature of any emergency. So therefore, my first point of order lies on the basic structure of quick commerce. We really don't need any quick commerce as such, except for the commodities which are being used in a very, very emergent situation. That's it.
Okay, so moving on to my next question, a little bit on Kirana stores. What are the most noticeable or severe impacts that small retailers suffer because of the takeoff of quick commerce platforms?
See, we all know that these quick commerce companies are getting easy money from foreign countries in terms of FDI. And basically, these quick commerce companies, those who are operating in this particular segment, were merely the delivery applications. They were designed to get things delivered from one place to another, that is from the origin to the consumer. And later on, they converted themselves into the delivery mechanism for FMCG, for daily consumables, and now even for white goods, mobile, and so many other things. So they are getting easy money from foreign countries. They are violating the FDI norms because the FDI policy strictly prohibit the inventory mode, but they are doing inventory. All these quick commerce companies are having their own dark stores. They are not allowed to operate dark stores. They are undertaking predatory pricing, deep discounting, loss funding, owing inventory, indulging into unfair business practices, thereby causing a great damage to the independence of the consumer and thereby killing the small neighborhood shops, those who are operating since last decades, catering to the requirement of the neighborhood areas. So therefore, these companies have done nothing new. They have intruded into the existing ecosystem, destabilizing it. They are not interested in any business. They are more interested in their valuation. So that's the case, and therefore this format should not be allowed under any circumstances.
Okay, so I think you were talking about how they transition from delivery platforms into sort of housing other brands. One of the questions that I also have is that quick commerce platforms have now started offerings of private products like Zepto Cafe and their meat brand Relish. So, what sort of impact do these offerings have on quick commerce's position in the marketplace and for
See,
customers specifically?
my fundamental question is: are they really allowed to do this? Who has allowed them? They are treating India as a banana republic. They have scant respect for the law of the land, and still they are operating. And they are claiming that they have given employment to such and such numbers. What is this? You were supposed to do something innovative. You are delivery app. Now you are owing something. Have you taken permission from the government? No. So that clearly shows that they are least bothered about the rules and regulations. They are framing rules and regulations of their own, and they are violating the law like anything. So, I mean, their tendency is not only detrimental to the millions of Kirana stores, but they are also intruding on the independence of consumer choice. It cannot be allowed under any circumstances, and the traders of India will never tolerate it.
Got it, sir. So, you also spoke a little bit about inventory. Could you give our viewers a little bit of idea about how these quick commerce platforms control inventory and what sort of laws does this violate?
See, we have released a white paper on quick commerce uh, about a quarter months back,
Hmm.
and we have narrated with the detail the kind of inventory mechanism each these e-commerce companies are having, the kind of foreign investment they have received, the kind of assets they have built. Then suppose around more than 50,000 crores of rupees these companies have received by way of FDI, and almost close to 1,400 rupees they have spent, crores have been spent on making assets. What about the remaining money? The remaining money, it is my charge. The remaining money is being used for deep discounting, predatory pricing, loss funding, in order to create a major footfall for their own ecosystem, thereby uh, enhancing their valuation. So predominantly, they are not serving the country, they are not serving the consumer, they are not serving the nation. They are more interested in enhancing the valuation. It is totally a valuation game and not a business.
Okay, so I'd also gone through the white paper and it talks a little bit about these platforms preferring a small or an exclusive group of sellers who consistently report break-even profits, even as these quick commerce platforms suffer losses. What sort of concerns does this practice raise?
See, the, the, the basic thing is we need to understand what is their model. They are a manufacturing company? No. They are a trading company? No. What are they? They originated themselves into a delivery mechanism, a part of logistics. So they should restrict themselves only to logistics. We all know what they are doing with their gig workers. The gig workers are being harassed and victimized at the hands of these companies. They are not taking any welfare measures, no insurance policy, nothing for them. The force which brings them business have been kept totally aloof from all amenities and facilities. So they are rather torturing the human resources. On the other side, by flouting the law, they are undertaking every that activity which is not allowed. So they need to be scanned. And the trading community of the country, be it the Confederation of All India Traders or AICPDF or AIMRA, we are going to launch a massive stir against these companies. And these companies must understand that under the rule of beloved Prime Minister Narendra Modi, nobody can play with the law of the land. They will have to face the consequences. They will have to face the music. That's it.
So another question that I also had, sir, is that these quick commerce platforms of late have also faced sort of allegations about promoting unhygienic and unsafe food safety standards by offering near expiry products. The FSSAI has also undertaken certain actions and has introduced certain guidelines against them. So do you believe that the sale of such products by these companies compromises customer rights and reflects poorly on India's food e-commerce ecosystem?
Absolutely. See what they are selling. They are selling nearby expiry date products. The most rotten fruits are being supplied by them under the guise of quick commerce, under most unhygienic conditions. That is why the FSSAI, the BIS, the CCI, and the other agencies are questioning them. So, what is their model? And again, I'll come back to the fundamental question: is really there is a need for quick commerce? That is the most important thing. Why we need to think everything in quick manner? There are traditional stores, there are e-commerce platforms, there are so many other avenues, there are direct sellers, there are so many other platforms. Why we need quick commerce? So
Got it.
my
So
my fundamental question is certainly on existence of their model. We don't want it. India don't want it.
But in the recent times, the customer preference has been shifting towards quick commerce. A lot of urban customers do prefer quick commerce. So, how do you sort of think that there can be a coexistence between
See,
the two mediums?
see, see, it is not customer is shifting. They are forcing the customer. They are influencing the choice of the customer by giving predatory pricing, deep discounting. Let them come in fair competition. Who knows? My basic question is that you have received an X amount as FDI. Will they tell nation what they have done with that FDI? What is FDI? FDI is foreign direct investment meant for creating infrastructure assets in the country. The foreign investment is not available for burning cash. But what you are doing? So my simple question, if these companies are so honest, let them make a clear-cut statement to the nation that we have received this much amount as FDI and we have created this much of assets and we have and whatever the investment is received has been spent under these head. Do they have any courage to do this? I'm sure no.
Okay, so I think what you're trying to suggest is maybe there should be more accountability and more clarity on the operations, from what I'm hearing.
Not only this, every citizen of India or anyone who is operating business activities in India have to follow rules, regulations, both in letter and spirit. So they have to follow whatever the rules currently, both in letter and spirit. if they are really honest in their business. Else, we all know what they are doing.
Okay, so moving things to another tangent, do you believe that the relationship between FMCG companies and traditional distributor networks is changing because of quick commerce? So, does it have any impact essentially on undercutting Kirana stores?
See, let these FMCG companies also understand that if they victimize and harass the distributors, the retailers, those who have stand with them since decades, these companies will have to face the consequences because still the market is in the hands of distributors and retailers. Quick commerce is a very insignificant value. So these companies must understand if they will play a foul game with the distributors and retailers, they will have to pay the price.
Okay, so what role do you think different players in the retail ecosystem can play to sort of level the playing field again?
See, India is the biggest consumer economy in the world. So there is a room for everybody, whether it is traditional retailer, it is e-commerce, or per se, though I don't agree we require any quick commerce, but still, even quick commerce, direct selling, and so many other avenues through which the products reach to the consumer. But one thing we all understand that we should not do anything to overpower the other vertical. Let us let us confine our activities within the parameters of the rules and regulations. So there is a coexistence for everybody. Let consumer decide. But no one should be allowed to influence the independent choice of the consumer because the choice is guaranteed by the Constitution of India. Nobody can dominate the choice of consumer. So these companies must understand. Let them play a fair game. The trading community of the country is always eager to enter into any kind of fair competition.
Got it. So, you were also talking about, I believe, fair practices for consumers. So, last year, the government had sort of investigated these quick commerce platforms regarding the accuracy of their claims that they deliver in 10 minutes or less. How do you believe that such sort of misleading claims affect
See,
consumers?
see, first of all, let us understand what is this 10-minute game? This are we not making the force to under much physical and mental torture? 10 minutes. 10 minutes you will get the order, 10 minutes you will segregate the goods, 10 minutes you will pack the goods, in 10 minutes you will have to deliver the goods. Even if we deploy a robot, even then 10 minutes is something which causes great mental tension, mental torture, physical torture to the people, those who are engaged into it. Are we not concerned with their health? Why 10 minutes? We don't want anything in 10 minutes. And if we want anything in 10 minutes, we have reasons to get the things in 10 minutes. But what these companies are doing, they are playing with the health of their staff. So this 10-minute culture has greatly and adversely affected the staff, the man force, which is engaged in all these activities from taking order to the delivery of the order to the satisfaction of the consumer, that too within 10 minutes, irrespective of the distance. What is this? India is not meant for it. And I totally disapprove this 10-minute formula.
Agreed. I think a lot of labor unions have also raised concerns that these 10-minute deliveries are prioritizing speed over dignity of labor. So I think those concerns are also there. Just a couple of more questions. So another question that I have is, since we're all moving to a more digital sphere, how has digitization incorporated itself within Kirana and other retail stores in India? Has Kate sort of introduced any measures in that regard, or does it plan to in the future?
See, digitalization is the key to success now because the retail ecosystem has been gradually changed. The government has initiated many schemes for upgradation, modernization, and digitalization of the entire retail ecosystem. We are asking the traders to upgrade and modernize themselves, digitalize themselves, have their online presence as well, beside having their physical store, and take the consumer on their first priority. So digitalization is the future. One has to adopt and accept digitalization. And in fact, it has made consumer more aware. It has made the traders more aware. It has equipped the trading community with the latest digital tools to render most effective services to their consumers. So I am on a mission through CAIT to to uh, to make every trader aware that digitalization is need of the hour, and we have to digitalize our existing business ecosystem.
Right. And my last question to you is, do you think that the government or regulatory authorities should take any other steps to improve transparency and consumer protection in online retail?
See, the government and the different ministries and departments have already taken due cognizance of it. The last and the most important thing is now, since these companies are emerging as a villain, not to the traders, but even to the consumers as well, the time has come when we need to have strict rules and regulations to be enforced in the country in order to ensure fair competition and win-win situation for every player.
Got it. Just one last question to add. So there were recently the e-commerce accountability guidelines were released, but in the previous draft, they sort of outlined liability on e-commerce entities, and now that seems to be sort of diluted. What is your sort of
See,
comment on that?
see how can the platform escape the liability? Because it has been proved that they are not merely the intermediaries. They are absolutely no intermediary. They are operating their portal in their own way through their offshoot companies, through their preferential retailers. And even if they are intermediary, so will they be allowed to sell cocaine? So there should be any accountability or not? Yes, they have to, everyone has to undergo certain specified liabilities and accountabilities.
Got it. So that's all from my end, sir. Thank you so much for your comments in the issue. This discussion has been extremely insightful for me. And for our viewers, thank you for joining us. If you want to learn more about quick commerce and the gig economy, you can take a look at our website. And for more tech policy updates, subscribe to MediaNama.